These are the words and phrases that I learned during this week. Hello everyone, I'm Kevin Mora. I am from Ecuador. I have 4 years of experience working as a software developer, and I love sharing the words and phrases that I learned as a non-native English speaker. For that reason, in this video, I'm showing up this kind of words and phrases, and I'm trying to improve my English in public. Let's start. Okay, the first expression that I learned in this week was to be fed up with. We can use to be fed up with to say that we are annoyed with a situation and want it to change or end. Okay, for example, you can say we are fed up with tourists disrespecting local traditionals during festivals. Or for example, local drivers are fed up with visitors cycling dangerously. Okay, to use this phrase, the structure is this. We say fed up plus with plus something that annoys us. For example, my sentences I can share. I'm really fed up with the numbers of tourists visiting our small village. Okay, moving to the second one phrase that I learned. The phrase is, or the expression is as long as. As long as means in Spanish is siempre y cuando o con tal de. In English, we use to indicate a condition that must be met or maintained for a certain outcome or occur. For example, I can say, as long as the flight doesn't get cancelled, we'll arrive at the resort by midday. Or for example, I can say, tourists will have plenty to do as long as attractions stay open late. Okay, we can use as long as plus present form plus will plus base form, or we can reverse the clause. For example, as long as the beach remains clean, tourists will return. Or we can say in a reverse form, tourists will return as long as the beach remains clean. Okay, moving to the next word that I learned was the word remain. Remain means in Spanish permanecer. Okay, moving to the next one word that I learned was providing or provided. Providing means you can use in this kind of sentence. I will happily explore new places providing the costs stay reasonable. Moving to the next expression that I learned, the adjective that I learned was laid back. Laid back means is relaxed, easygoing, and not easily stressed. For example, I prefer laid back destinations rather than busy resorts. Moving to the next one phrase that I learned this week is the expressions to get across. To get across means trying to communicate clearly. For example, I can say I try to get my point across to the receptionist. To use this expression, you can say get plus something plus across, or get plus across plus something. Moving to the next one expressions that I learned in this week, it was the expression get around to. Get around to means find a good time to do something. In Spanish, sacar el tiempo para o encontrar el tiempo para. For example, we can say we eventually got around to visiting the art gallery. Or for example, I eventually got around to clean my house. Or for example, today, the problem that I have, I didn't get around to any of the tasks on my to-do list today. Okay, moving to the next one, it was a word that I learned. The word was dumbfounded, means perplexed or perplexed. Okay, moving to the next one word that I learned is the word naive. Naive means not experienced person, or in Spanish, ingenuo or inocente. Moving to the next one, rich. Rich means get to arrive at. In Spanish means llegar a. Moving to the next one word that I learned this week was the word rust. Rusted means with the rust. In Spanish, oxidado. Okay, moving to the next one word that I learned this week is the word sadly. Sadly means unfortunately. Unfortunately means, in Spanish means desafortunadamente or in a bad manner. Moving to the next one word that I learned this week was hardship. Hardship means general adversity. En Spanish, una adversidad general que podemos pasar. Moving to the next one word that I learned, the word was akin. Akin means like or similar to. In Spanish means parecido. And the last word that I learned this week was starve. Starve means have no food. For example, or in Spanish means pasar hambre. Okay, these were the expressions and words that I learned in this week, but here is a problem writing down your words and phrases that you learned and then write into your notebook. I consider is not the best way to take advantage to grow your personal brand or grow your skills, because you learn a lot of great words, but then you'd forget them because you don't use them in a real life. To figure out the problem, when you learn a new phrase in an app or in a tutorial or in a book, you put it into Lingo Loop, and Lingo Loop saves your vocabulary and turns them into a professional LinkedIn post instantly. It helps you to practice and build your personal brand at the same time. For that reason, I built Lingo Loop. If you want to try Lingo Loop, the link is in the description below or in my bio. And remember, keep coding, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.